Hey friends, welcome back. This is Ashley with Uncommon Roots Homestead, and it is a hot day today. So we are out here. We picked up some watermelons, and it sounds like a good day to give everyone on the farm a nice treat. Let's do it. Sweet boy.
You got some things to do first.
Mom, I want to go to these candies. Go to these.
Before we go down to do that, I want to take a look at my garden. You know I can't resist. I got to see what's happening in here. Everything looks pretty thirsty. It has been hot here with no rain. Ooh, look at all these cherry tomatoes starting to turn. Tomato? That's a champagne bubbles from M.I. Gardner. Try it. No, let me see. Try it. Good?
Yeah.
Gotta stop myself and get it together because we are headed down to give all of the animals their watermelons. So let's go. She is our breeder, Cooney. She is about 4 months old. She's a good girl. So if you don't know a lot about pigs actually, the reason that you see pigs in mud pits and pigs laying in water is because pigs actually don't have the ability to regulate their own body temperature. So when it's really hot, they need access to water of some form to lay in and cool themselves off. So here where we are, it's been really hot lately, so we've been keeping a lot of water here for them. They also love to be hosed down. So when I'm spraying them, that's not something mean that I'm doing. They love it. And so what Kevin is doing over here is actually filling their wallow. So this is a nice shaded, really muddy area that's kind of caved in. So when we fill it with water, the water stays for a little bit. They love to sit in there and kind of just be. So we try to give them access. We try to keep that water on them. We've talked about maybe getting a sprinkler out here that's on a timer so that they can just be sprayed every few hours. It's hard when it's so hot and we don't have any natural water over here. Hi, Delilah. You're a good girl. And then this is Brother. Brother is our feeder. So I know we didn't talk a ton about the Coonies before we got them. Kevin did make a video and kind of told you guys about what we were doing for their setup and things like that. the reason we went with Coonies is because they are a heritage breed. We feel really passionately about preserving heritage breeds on our farm. So they kind of checked a lot of those boxes. They're also very friendly in terms of pigs. The boars, even as they get large, are very friendly. And they don't get as big as some of the other heritage breeds. So they top out around 400 pounds at the biggest, which is much more manageable for our size homestead. So that's why we went with the Coonies. How long does the water stay in there, Kev?
Not that long, unfortunately. This will probably last about a half hour, but they'll find it. They'll find it pretty quick.
Looks like brother's on his way.
Yeah.
We also got you guys a treat. You want to see what we got you? No, you're no treat. You guys want a treat? Oh, no. Oh my gosh. I just tried to save you all from falling. And instead, I tripped over the electric fence, dropped the watermelon, and landed here. It's farm life for you, I guess. Guys like that treat on a hot day? So watermelons are a great treat for most livestock on a hot day, mostly because they're full of water. So on days where maybe your livestock are just drinking a lot of water and they just can't seem to be satisfied, giving them something like a cold watermelon is wonderful. It'll help bring their body temperatures down and also is a nice sweet treat. Jeannie, look what we got you. Daisy, you want some? A little nervous? Well, I'm gonna go get my milking stuff. I'll milk her. Stay in here and make sure Daisy doesn't, Daisy! You don't drink, little milk monster. I'm about to milk your mama. So my intention was not to milk right now, but she is full, which when you're calf sharing and you find your cow full, you gotta milk. So we took a pause from the watermelon and I'm gonna give her a good milking. All right, so even though it was a little bit more chaotic, I don't usually milk in the middle of the day, and Kevin and the kids were here, and there was just kind of a lot of moving pieces, and she was moving around a little bit. I got 3/4 of a gallon of milk today, which is more than I've ever got while calf sharing. So one of the benefits of Dexter and the reasons that we chose them, it wasn't just because they're a heritage breed. Obviously that played a huge part in why we wanted a Dexter milk cow. But the other reason we wanted one is that we have really busy schedules. So I travel a lot for work. We travel as a family. We don't have a traditional like farm schedule where we're at the home 99.9% of the time. We do go out of town. We have friends and family visit. We just have a really hectic schedule. So we needed a dairy animal that was going to allow us to calf share and have the ability to not milk if we didn't have time to for multiple days in a row. So with some breeds, even some high production breeds, you can go a day, but really they make more milk than their calf can drink, even when their calf is getting big. So with Dexter's, that's not the case. We never would have to milk her if we didn't want to. What it also means is that while we're not separating the calf at all, 9 times out of 10 when I come, there's a possibility that Daisy has already drained Jeannie. So when I do come and she is full like she was today, I have to milk her. But this gives me a lot of great excitement, I guess, because I wasn't sure when we do start separating Daisy how much milk we were actually going to get from Jeannie, because I get on average about a pint to a quart. Most days, honestly, it's about a pint because she's empty when I get here and I milk her anyways. You know, if I've driven 30 minutes to get here, it's not worth it for me to not milk her. So I try to get everything I can. Usually it's not that much. On a good day, usually there's like 1/4 that still has milk, so I'll get about a quart. Today, I got so much more. This is the most milk I've ever gotten, which tells me that when we do start separating, we're gonna start at night. So in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, we're gonna actually build a pen and we're gonna put Daisy into that pen at night so that I can come milk in the morning. And we'll only do that on days that I know I'm gonna come milk in the morning. So it gives me a lot of, I'm really encouraged after that because we were starting to think like, man, we chose a Dexter, we chose Jeannie specifically because we knew that with our schedule and wanting a dairy cow, we couldn't go a traditional Jersey. It just wasn't gonna work for us in our lifestyle. And so I hope that encourages you. If you're thinking about a cow, but you're like, man, I just don't have enough time or whatever, there are other options. You don't have to go, it's not go big or go home. You can find somewhere in between. And Dexters are an amazing breed of heritage cattle. They are really easily trained. It's really easy to find really friendly Dexters. I mean, Jeannie, you can walk her on a leash like a dog. And she's very docile. She's very easy to milk. You'll see I just tie her up. Now today was a bad example of that because she was moving back and forth and there was just so much going on. But be encouraged. It doesn't have to be 8 gallons a day or nothing. In fact, we're at this place where if I could get half a gallon a day from Jeannie every day, then we'd be in a really good spot. Thanks for the milk, Jean. Eat your watermelon. She didn't seem that interested, but maybe when we leave, she'll eat it. All right, so at this point, we've given everyone their treat. Everyone is feeling great. Fury is giving Jeannie a hard time, as per usual. It's like a brother-sister relationship we've got. We are gonna head home, and we have some work we actually need to do on our home garden. So I guess you guys can come with us to do that too. All right, so it's actually the next day. Like all good things, we got home and realized that we were tired. So it's the next day. I'm about to harvest all of these runner beans that are climbing up our trellis on our front porch of our home. So I have got, this is my little side garden. That's the original garden bed that I started with. And then we've turned the back of our landscaping into our garden here. And we've got these beans that climb up. So we've got, oh gosh, we've got green beans, we've got greasy beans, and we've got these purple stringless beans here, these runners. So a bunch of these are ready. These are what I actually planted this year. The rest just came back from last year. So one of the best things about this current house is this little makeshift trellis that we've got here with these beans climbing up the landscaping up the side of the porch. It is so nice, and it's been so nice for the last couple years to come out here and literally just pick beans for dinner. Now these ones are a little bit bigger than I like them. I prefer them around this size, so this one's a little big. But these are stringless. They're delicious. You can see the inside of the bean. Looks like this. They still taste good. They're just not quite as soft as they were, but they'd be great boiled. So you guys know I have this ridiculous fear of snakes. Picking beans is not my favorite task because I just have this ridiculous fear that I'm gonna stick my hand in there thinking I'm grabbing a bean and grab something else. So I'm overly cautious when it comes to picking my beans. Look at all these. That is way more than plenty for our family. I don't know how many plants are growing up that trellis because they just keep reseeding themselves. I planted about 4 of this variety, but there's definitely some from last year that have come up too. So I just kind of let them go. The next owners of this house will be blessed with beans forever. Look what I got.
Oh, look at all those. They look great.
That looks great. What are you making?
I am making zucchini lasagna roll-ups. So, shaved down some zucchini.
I grew that.
You grew that. I shaved it down. Put some local beef in it and some ricotta, garlic, all that good stuff. Rolled it up.
Sounds good. Pretty excited about that. Well, friends, thank you for hanging out with us yesterday and today. I'm gonna eat some of this food.
Once it's ready.
Thank you for joining us. You always have a place here in our home, on our farm, in my garden. Until next time.
Bye.